Thank you, Freak. Now, guys, teams mostly prepare for, or most heavily prepare for the first game in a best of 5. Why don't you break down the game plan coming into game number 1 here for Team Coast?
So Coast game plan was to camp the crap out of top lane, obviously. So West Rice got killed like 3 or 4 times in lane, and then as for CLB, they wanted to camp middle, and then that worked out pretty well because it got Prolly rolling, and he was really strong and got really fed. At least, he was really strong in team fights. So what happened was Coast was winning really hard until the point they threw. So
sounds strangely familiar. A lot like Scar's predictions. Afro, how do you feel about the actual picks in the game coming into this one?
The only winning lane was probably Coast Lee Sin, which made a huge difference because he just ran over West Rice, and West Rice just kept dying over and over and over. And Lee Sin got so strong that he could just split push, and not worry about the one guy in front of him who was Renekton. And really, that pick, Lee Sin, I think you have to ban it from Zion. He's just, if you're really good at Lee Sin, it's ridiculously annoying. And you can just do whatever you want if you do get ahead. So I think you have to take that away from Zion.
All right, so since people are going to have a hard time remembering the beginning of this game, let's bring up a replay. 16-minute dragon fight here for us. Can you walk us through that one, Link?
So I think Elise spaced earlier because he got chunked. And it's basically a free dragon for Coast, and all they have to do is back out right now, but they choose to, they kind of get caught in the Dragon Co, and they use their flashes to dodge the Oreo. And at this point, this team fight is practically over for Coast because a full HP and mana Elise is coming in, and Coast should just really cut their losses and just start running. But what happens is Shifter's getting chased, and Wiz is trying his best to, kind of kite backwards while doing as much damage as possible. But what happens is Elise is, he's full HP and he's super strong and he has everything up, and he just kind of cleans up and kills everything. So they got 3 kills, and Coast got Dragon. But I think it was really worth for CLB.
Yeah, speaking of Elise there, the junglers are a featured matchup. How do you feel that this featured matchup went this time around?
Can I answer that? Go ahead. Okay. So I think Broken Shard's strength is really, he's really good at camping middle lane and getting vision around there. And if you watched the first 10 to 15 minutes, it really pressured Shifter, and he was down 20 to 30 CS. But what happened was Nintendo is really good at camping top lane and the other lanes. So what happens is Zion is completely face rolling top, and then all of a sudden all this pressure is coming from top lane, and then Elise needs to go top, and then you see Zion 1v2ing and killing him and making all these flashy plays, and they're winning 2v2 really hard. And this allows the other lanes, middle and bottom, to just kind of farm a bit more and catch up, and that's what happened to Shifter. Shifter was getting pressured really hard until top lane just got rolled over. So, yeah.
And that leaves the bottom lane. Afro, how do you feel, first of all, the matchup, but also the vision control here throughout the game? Because it looked like it was definitely lacking on some parts.
Coast's vision control was very poor this game. Nintendo really just focused on top, so the other half of the map where it's dragons and the pressure middle was really just in compLexity.Black's favor. So, and then the bot lane matchup is really even, but I feel like Coast bot lane was very scared this game. They really just let Corki and Comrade poke them down and then just let them push their tower in for free when it was 2v2 the whole game. So that's really unnecessary, and you really should be able to hold your own 2v2.
And then past all of this mid-game mumbo-jumbo, we do get into the exciting Baron fights. So let's bring up one of those Baron fights for you guys. This one is 45 minutes in. Let's roll this one here pretty slow. Afro, do you want to walk through this one?
All right, so compLexity.Black decided to do a desperate Baron call, and Broken Shard gets the good smite down, thankfully, so it wasn't a throw. And then after that, they CC Zion Spartan really hard, and Zion gets killed. And then after this, it's like a standoff, cowboy standoff, where they just wait until someone makes a mistake. And right here, Wiz Fujin overextends, and Orianna gets a good chunk on him, and Wiz ease forward, and he gets out of position, so West Rice decides to flash stun on Wiz, and this definitely seals the fight here for compLexity.Black, where they just kill the first carry. Intended walks too far forward, get another free kill, and then after that, they already got the Baron. They got 3 kills for 2, so they're really ahead, and they can just back out right here.
Yeah, really compLexity.Black's step right back into this game. And the first step in their epic comeback. Now, you have to think, after we saw the reactions of both teams, going into Game 2, what kind of changes do you think that Coast need to make to sort of regroup mentally?
I think they need to focus a bit more onto mid, and then once they establish mid control, they can start making plays on the other side of the map. But besides that, I think it was fine about how they approached their game plan about camping top. I think if middle and bottom do a little bit better, then they'll be perfectly fine. And honestly, it was Coast's game to win. They had complete control. They could have, did anything with Lee Sin smashing Renekton really hard. They could have gotten Baron for free, but Baron got stolen like 2 or 3 times, and then they lost Baron like another 2 or 3 times. And at the end game, you see Zan taking their Nexus turrets, but then they somehow just lose the game off of that. So I think Coast just needs to just keep their head in the game, and they just don't have to throw. That's it.
All right. Well, Afro, you saw the looks on the compLexity.Black players' faces after this one. When was the last time that you got that feeling from winning just one League of Legends game?
Never.
Never. You've never been that happy.
If I win, it's only gonna be Worlds when that happens.
Okay.
To me, because I'm just like, cool.
All right. So we'll look for CLG at Worlds. Then we'll be able to see Afro celebrate in a similar manner. All right, we do have to take a break, guys. There's still more league action, though. Coming up, we've got Game 2 between compLexity.Black and Team Coast to see who will play in the North American Summer Split. Don't go anywhere.